So if we look at land use history through time, yeah, there's been a trade-off. So we need land use, forestry, energy, agriculture, transportation, residential, but we're losing something. So that leads us to a conversation about triple bottom line, managing for economic, environmental, and social. We've been talking about it for decades. We don't do it. People need to understand the ecological goods and services that natural systems provide us. We can't live without them. They're critical. They're measured in the billions of dollars, and we don't incorporate them into the way we think about land use. Some of you will recognize this guy. Passed away a few years ago. Harvey Buckley used to be a counselor in Rocky View, and he did recognize it. And so he asked us to do some work on natural capital and ecological goods and services. Alan Brakey was a big supporter of that project. And so I wanted to show you a little bit about that. But he was basically asking the question is, what is our natural capital? What's it worth? Where is it found? How's it doing today compared to, say, 100 years ago? So we looked at water quality, water supply, carbon, and tourism, and examined how these natural capitals feed into our system and give us the quality of life that we have. And I'm not going to go through all of the list from pollination to decomposition to cleaning our water, but this is an attempt to monetize natural capital and see how it is affecting our bottom line economically. And I'm just going to show a few. This is on water quality. And this is the upper bow. So we have lost about $10 million a year, every single year, because of our land uses. And that's what it would cost us to take that water that has excessive nitrogen, phosphorus, and other components and clean it. And here's where we'll be in 70 years. About $75 million a year. What we've done is said, okay, this is using current practices, and this is looking at best practices, and we can make a chunk of that, 75, we can basically make $55 million of damage disappear by adopting best management practices. So we need to adopt best management practices. In terms of carbon, which is so critical, it's degrading. And in 70 years, we're going to be we'll have lost about $200 million per year of the value of carbon. But yet, adoption of better practices can mitigate some of that away. It doesn't change the slope of the line in terms of its direction, it just changes how steep. And what about recreation? It's exceptionally valuable. I mean, we're talking about what? $1.35 billion a year, and it's degrading through time. And best management practices with forestry and energy and agriculture and transportation can improve it. So I could